I was lucky enough to pick up the new greenskin Beast Snaggas box. I don't get given anything for free, my channel's way too small for that, but I still managed to snag one for myself. I'm not going to review the Beast Snaggas set or do an unboxing on it because it's not available anymore. Instead, I'll be doing individual review videos for each unit so that you can watch the ones that you're interested in. Let's start with Zodgrod Wortsnagga. These names are really going to trip me up. He's a reimagined model for an old character, so obviously the new model is a vast improvement. I've really liked it since we were first introduced to him. He looks utterly insane and completely unique for an orc because of his crazy hair, but that's actually a hair squig stapled to his scalp, which is probably the most orky thing I've ever heard. He's a runt herd, and runt herds are already considered to be extremely strange by other orcs. They hang about with the runts, they cover themselves in squig poo when they have to venture into the beast pens, and they're generally a surly and antisocial lot. Normal orcs keep them around because they don't want to be doing that kind of work and it saves them getting their hands dirty. Well, dirtier. Zodgrod is a rare breed compared to even other runt herds. He's one of the very few that believe runts actually have some value and he can improve them, and he sells his services to the highest bidder. I don't imagine the bidding will be that high. I mean, they're still runts at the end of the day. To his credit, the grots, snots and squigs under his care are bigger than others of the same species. So this proves that his potions, fungi and his jiggly bells do work, which is all part of his training apparently. They're also more aggressive and seemingly smarter than the average grot, and they demonstrate problem solving and obedience, two traits that are not normally associated with the smaller greenskins. Probably not the big ones either. The orcs in his tribe really didn't appreciate Zodgrod as much as they should have. They didn't realise what they had on their hands. His carefully cultivated creatures were treated as cannon fodder by the others, with no appreciation of how long it took to breed these superior creatures. He lost his temper just a little bit when Big Mech Osmog was caught firing his super runts through his shock attack gun just for target practice, completely wasting them. A slightly miffed Zodgrod squished Osmog down small enough so that he could be fired through his own shock attack gun and shot him out of the camp. Unfortunately for Zodgrod, a big mech was seen as more important than a crazy runt herd, so he was exiled from his tribe. This was probably the making of him because he became a freebooter and he sold his skills to anyone who appreciated them. He upgraded his weaponry, a huge overcharged grot pod called the Grab Zappa. He also had a combi needle slugger called the Squig Stopper, and this was number 5 in his iterations, so it's Squig Stopper number 5, and this sedates monsters using a secret cocktail of chemicals. Nowadays, war bosses almost universally see the benefit of having Zodgrod and his mega runts in their army, so he can just about name his price anywhere he goes. Zodgrod is the orc to take if you're facing enemy monster units. Due to his Squig Stopper number 5, he can make enemy monsters within 6 inches fight last on a roll of 2+, which seems pretty thematic. He can also buff his own runts. You choose a unit of Gretchen at the start of the battle and they add +1 to their hit rolls. There are a few monster hunting stratagems that could be combined with Zodgrod, so that's quite nice. Monster Hunters, with a Z for example, allows you to choose up to 3 units and add 1 to the wound rolls against monsters or vehicles. Zodgrod was okay to build, not brilliant. His hair's very fragile and some bits had to be pushed into place quite hard, which at one point caused another bit to pop off. There are tons of awkward looking bits that might be really difficult to get a brush into, but barring painting him completely unassembled, I'd recommend leaving his right arm and the front of his hair off when painting. You can't leave his left arm off as it's attached to his neck. I'm really looking forward to painting him, and I'm considering using some different colours, for me anyway. I mean, normally I paint red and white, so I might introduce pinks and purples, although I may have to leave them for psychers and magic effects, that kind of thing. Anyway, that's my review of Zodgrod Wortsnagga, a model that I've waited months to get my hands on, and I'm not disappointed. It's a beautiful model, and I think you'd be really pleased if you pick it up when you can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.